All right, we're going to go ahead and look at the bottom half of the study guide here, and this is the bottom half of Chapter 2 study guide, the front page, and we'll go ahead and start with number 6. 5 and 6 are very similar. The only difference is 6 has one extra step. So we need to remember that when we are figuring out state income tax, we need to first find the taxable wages. So to find your taxable wages, we take the gross pay, which remember is the pay that you earn, not the pay that you keep, and then we subtract the exemptions. Remember, other words for exemptions are withholdings or write-offs. So in number 6, the gross pay you'll see is $72,500. Oh, I'm sorry. That's number 5. So in number 6, the gross pay is $52,375. So $52,375, and we subtract the exemptions using the table up above. And this person, it says Anton is married and has one child. So married is 3,000. We subtract, and then we subtract an exemption for the dependent, which is 1,500. And when we do that, that's going to leave us with $47,875 in taxable wages. And then to find the actual state tax, so state income tax, you take the taxable wages and you multiply that times the tax rate. And in this one, we just found that the taxable wages are $47,875. We multiply that times the rate, which is 0.03, because it's 3% written as a decimal. And when we multiply that out, we get $1,436.25. But on this particular problem, it asks us for if you're paid monthly, how much is taken out of each month's paycheck. So this is how much we pay in taxes a year because we used the yearly income. So we actually have to divide this by 12 because there's 12 months in a year to figure out how much is taken out per month because that's per paycheck. So it's $119.69 is what we should get when we multiply that out. So that's number 6. 5's the same thing. We just don't have to do the division because it's in the yearly amount. If we look over now down to number 7, 7 is one of those problems where it asks us to find the missing amount, essentially, which here we take the state tax, and the state tax is equal to the gross pay minus the exemptions times the tax rate. In this problem, what we know by reading it is that we know that the salary or the gross pay is $110,250. We know that the exemptions are 4,000. So we're just plugging in the things that we know. And we know that he paid $2,656.25 in taxes. So the only thing we don't know is the R. So that is the missing thing. That's what we're going to be finding. So we're just going to do order of operations. So we'll do what's in the parentheses first. So I'm going to go 2656.25 equals 106,250 times my R. I need to get R all by itself, so I'll divide each side by 106,250. When I do that, it's going to show that R equals 0.025. Now, 0.025 is a decimal. It's asking me what percentage I am going to be charged in taxes. So to make it go from a decimal to a percentage, remember a percentage to a decimal, we go to the left to. From a decimal to a percentage, we go to the right to. So the answer is actually 2.5% is the rate that we're paid. All right, last but not least on this page, we'll do number 8. 8 and 9 are the same thing. We'll do 8. So if I look at number 8, what I get is I have a tiered tax rate, and we can tell the tiered tax rate by looking at this table right here. And it says for the first $1,000, so for the first $1,000, we are going to pay 1.5%. I have to write that as a decimal, 0.015, and that is $15. Then for the next, it says $2,000. It's going to be 2,000 times the rate, which is 3%. I'm getting the 1% right here, and I'm getting the 3% right here. So I multiply those out, and I get $60. The next $2,000, it's 2,000 times, and my rate here is my rate here is 4.5%. And then I'm going to multiply that out and get $90. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the final amount, which is over that 5,000. So over 5,000, it was a total of 72,500 minus the 5,000. And then that gave me 67,500. And then I subtract out on top of that the $6,000 in exemptions that I'm not paying taxes on right there. So that leaves me with $61,500 that I still have to pay taxes on, the amount over 5,000 like it says right there, and that's at 5%. So I'm going to multiply out 61,500 times 0.05, and that's going to give me $3,075. So now what I need to do is add this number, this number, this number, and this number all together. So I'm going to go 15 plus 60 plus 90 plus 3075. When I add all of those together, I get a grand total of $3,240, but I need it per month. This is the yearly amount. So I'm going to take my $3,240. I'm going to divide it by 12, and that's going to give me, I'm sorry, it's not going to be by 12. Why is it not going to be by 12? Because it's bi-weekly. How many times do I get paid? If I get paid bi-weekly, I get paid 26 times a year. So I'm going to go 3,240 by 26. It would be 12 if it was monthly, 24 if it was semi-monthly, and so on. So I go 3,240 divided by 26, and that gives me $124.62 that I get deducted from each of my bi-weekly paychecks for state taxes using the tiered system.